Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I mean, even if you are new, I appreciate you too. Anyway, I'm really excited about today's video. If you saw the title, I'm sure you can figure out why. Nomad is one of my favorite makeup brands. I recently got a code with them and I'll be receiving PR starting next year, so I'm very excited. But the palette we're talking about today is the new Lapland Santa's Village palette. This is the palette itself. I'm sure you've seen all of this, but I'm too excited not to show you. That's the package it comes in. And on the inside is Santa's workshop. I mean, how stinking cute is that? And so, you know, to kick off this super festive video, I decided to decorate my makeup room with all of my Christmas stuff yesterday. Hopefully you can get a little bit of a look at it. It's super fun. And I'm wearing my little Christmas headband that I just got from Ulta. I'm very excited. This is the little postcard that came with the palette. It says, "The story, dashing through the snow to Santa's village. Found way up north in Lapland, Finland, Santa's home is a magical place full of reindeers prancing and winter lights dancing. After frolicking in snow, visiting with elves, and relaxing in traditional Finnish sauna, you can't help but feel that childlike excitement for the most wonderful time of the year." That's me. I absolutely love Christmas so much. For me, it's not a day, it's a season, and it lasts a long time. If I'm being very honest, the rest of my house is not decorated for Christmas yet. I am a minimalist with a hint of cozy, and so I don't like stuff. However, when it comes to Christmas, I want it to look like Christmas vomited everywhere in my house. So I do have a boatload of Christmas decorations for the rest of my house, but those don't go up until Thanksgiving because having that much stuff around will eventually make me crazy, and not in a cute, fun way. So from Thanksgiving Day to Christmas, we have Christmas decorations literally everywhere. But for now, I just have my makeup room done, and I think it looks so cute. The little wreath on the door, in case you weren't here last year, I made my own self. First time ever doing anything even remotely that creative, and I think it's adorable. So, okay, enough yammering about Christmas for now because there's going to be a lot more to come. I can promise you that. So the outside of the palette is beautiful, and the inside is every bit as exciting, in my opinion. When I saw the color story revealed, I actually gasped, like out loud, went, "Oh, it just looks so perfect to me." I feel like this shade right here, which is kind of an off-whitish, will make an excellent blending shade. Red, obviously. Green, obviously. Then there's this gray shade, which I think is such a cool addition to a color story like this. And then the 5 shimmery shades are unlike what Nomad typically releases. I was talking to Felicia, not like we're besties or anything, but like, you know, I talk to her once in a while on Instagram DM, and she was telling me that this is a completely different formula. Rewind. I was telling her I was super excited about the Christmas release because last year's Christmas palette release was my very first palette with Nomad, and I fell head over heels in love with Nomad, with the palette. I have it here. If you stick around to the end, I'll show you what it looks like and why I love it so much in case you missed it or don't have it. And she said that this palette was going to be very different than last year's. I was super excited. Last year's shimmery metallic shades were in your face, beautiful. It was an all shimmer palette except for one matte, which was a black, obviously. I mean, they were just checking all the boxes with me. Black matte, all the shimmer shades. Christmas, Home for the Holidays was the palette name, which it's the first movie we watched to kick off the actual like Christmas season. Anyway, Felicia was saying this formula was completely different than anything they'd done before. This is more of like a swirled toppery shades, and as you play with them, you kind of unswirl them and release the magic, was what I was picking up from what she was putting down. So I'm really excited to play with these. I'll insert swatches here so you can see These are just, I really do think, kind of magical. They look like what I imagine the Northern Lights would look like. Not that I've ever seen them, but you know, just like sparkly and beautiful and awe-inspiring. So I'm really excited to play with this palette. So I'm going to zoom in and put some shadow shields on my eyes because we know I'm not an expert at applying. It's 10 o'clock. My alarm's going off. We know that I'm not an expert at applying eyeshadow and I need all the help I can get. So BRB. Okay, all zoomed in, shadow shields on. I think for this first look, I was immediately tempted to go red, and I still really want to, but I think more than that, I want to do something soft and just, I don't know, kind of magical without being like super in your face. So I'm going to use this fluffy blinged brushes, and I'm going to go into the shade Elf, which is that gray shade. And I'm just going to pick up the smallest amount, and I'm going to start working this on the outer portion of my lid and up into my transition area. I want to keep this really, really soft, I think. I'm a huge fan of like crazy in-your-face makeup, but something about this palette makes me want to throttle back a little bit and just do something soft this first time out. And I probably will do a multiple looks video like I normally do when I get a new palette. Do one look, first impressions, and then do several looks for another video. Hopefully that's something that you're into. I really enjoy doing these videos. It's a fun way to be able to play with an eyeshadow palette over and over and over. That's so pretty and so soft. And you pretty much saw all it took to blend that out. I think I do want to deepen up the outer corner a little bit. That's just how I typically like to do my eyeshadow looks. And I'm going to keep it pretty far out here and just blend it in. All right, I'm going to take this flat shader brush and I'm going to go into the white shade called White Christmas. Unsurprisingly, I'm a huge fan of the movie White Christmas. And I'm just going to use that to blend the gray shade a little bit. That looks so pretty. That could be a look all on its own if I blended the gray and the white a bit more. Okay, and recently I've been doing some research, and it seems like sponge tip applicators are a really good way to go when a shade or formula requires your finger. I don't like using my fingers. I did pick up these little black CoverGirl sponge tip applicators. I'm going to use this to lay down the shimmer shade. I'm going to start with Peace, and I'm going to put that on the inner portion of my lid to start. In the mirror, that is beautiful. I'm going to go back in for a little more. Now, because this is my first time playing with this formula, I'm going to wet the little sponge applicator and see what that does for the eyeshadow. Wow. I don't know I'm sure you can't fully see what this looks like, but all of these shimmer shades, except for the green one, have a transparent base. Oh, that's so pretty. This is very fun. And I want to dip into, so this is the shade I just used. That one's called Peace. And now I want to use Sauna on the middle of my lid. Same little sponge tip applicator doobie. That is so pretty. Now let's try it a little bit wet. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pop off, do some mascara, some liner. I think I'm gonna skip lashes with this look. And then I'll come back and give you an up close look at the eyes, all done, and talk about my initial thoughts and show you last year's palette. Okay, I got some mascara on. I finished up my under eyes. I used Sauna on the inner portion and Elf, which is that dark gray, on the outer. So let's zoom in for an up close look. All right, I'm gonna back the truck up and we can finish this video up. Okay, first initial thoughts on the palette. Obviously, it's gorgeous. And it looks like it's gonna be kind of dark, but as you can see, you can do something very light and very kind of soft and magical. I am certainly looking forward to going in with the red and the green, like for sure that's happening. But these shades are really, really fun. Completely different than what I'm used to from Nomad, which I don't think is a bad thing. Am I generally a huge fan of change? No. But in this case, I think it's fun and it's good. And those eyeshadows, IRL, look absolutely beautiful. I have no idea if the shift and the shimmer is being caught on camera or not. I'll figure it out when I edit, but it's so pretty in real life. Now let me show you last year's palette, which started this whole thing. Mine's messy. The black shade came a little bit broken, but every one of these are shimmer shades. And I've used this more than just last Christmas. Obviously, you've got some pink and some orange, the yellow, the mint, purple. Like, this isn't just a Christmas palette. So if you have this, bust it out whenever you want to. The shimmers in here are lovely. This red, so nice. But to compare the two, I mean, they could not be more different, which I think is really good because we don't want the same thing year after year after year. Yeah, I'm excited. I really am looking forward to playing with the new Lapland palette, Santa's Village. I mean, my eyes and the outer packaging of this palette, like that's, not to, name names, Manny, but that's what this should be, and that's what it looks like. I'm very, very excited about this. Let me know in the comment section what you think. Did you pick up this palette? Are you going to? Are you going to pass on it? All the things. I really like chatting with you. And let me know what you think about this look and your thoughts on the new formula, if you have any. It's very windy. All right, I guess I will wrap this up here. I will do a multiple looks video very, very soon, so look forward to that if you are interested. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you. Be good and remember to be kind to you.